Hey everyone, happy Friday. Here we are again at the end of the week. And this Friday is a little different because I have with me Julie Weinberg, and she is a former TV producer and a journalist. And we are going to chat today about what I do and how I help the community. So it's a little different because I'm the guest. So welcome, Julie, and thanks for doing this.
Thank you for inviting me. I think this is so great, and I love, the work that you're doing, and I'm happy to help share it. So let's just get right into it. Tell us
Okay.
about your area of expertise in real estate.
So, really, my journey has taken me to really focus on the senior space. And I think because of my age group and my life experiences, that's where I've gotten. Um, Unfortunately or fortunately for my clients, my kid's dad, my ex-husband, developed Alzheimer's. And I went through that entire journey with them. We had to get him into a living space. We had to prepare and sell his home because he needed the money to live in his facility. And it taught me so much about what others go through and really prepared me to help families in this kind of situation. I also lost my mother this past year, and we as a family sold her property. And even though I have a lot of experience with other families, it gave me sort of an inside point of view of the family dynamics that occurred during the sale of a parent's home. And I really feel that has to be handled with kid gloves, and that somebody that is tuned in to that kind of dynamic is really helpful to have on your side.
What are some of the issues that you faced, helping seniors or families who have lost a senior sell their property?
So when we're talking about when someone's lost a person, so there's often conflict between the siblings as to what the property's worth, when it's going to go on the market. Should we take this offer? Should we not take this offer? And it's really what I do is I develop a relationship with all the stakeholders, and I'm always very honest, and I'm able to, over time, keep them focused on what's important and really explain the market to them so that they don't get hung up someplace that's way unrealistic. Other times people just don't want to let go, so they want to hang on to the property. So again, it's sort of on this gentle but outside resource to keep explaining the market to them and keep explaining. And I also really focus on the future with every client that I have. Let's get you to where you really want to go. And we talk a lot about what's it going to be like when this is gone, and picture your life when you have this money sitting in your bank, or you can spend it someplace else. And so if I keep their focus there and then keep the goals, the realistic goals in front of them, that helps.
That's got to be a hard shift, though, because for so many people, there's so many memories tied up in a property, and it's hard to let go.
It is hard to let go. It is hard to let go. So subtly, we talk about what that's costing them and what they can do with those memories and where they can put those memories and how they can hold on to those memories in a different space. The other situation that I come up against is elderly people who the kids know it's time to go. And if you talk to anybody who is in senior housing, they are going to tell you what happens is they get a call, oh my God, my parent needs to go today. And so it's an emergency. And that's not where you want to be. So again, I'm an impartial third person, sort of like a surrogate daughter. And I talk to people about their future, and that I'm like, wait, this is not the end. This is a new beginning. So let's look at all the fun stuff and, leave all the details to me. go to bed tonight and dream about your future and forget about your past. We'll take care of all the nitty gritty so they don't become overwhelmed at looking at, oh my God, what am I going to do with this? How am I going to do this? Stop worrying. We'll handle it.
So you're so much more than a realtor. There's like psychology involved. I feel like you're like a therapist and a coach.
Yes. I mean, thank you. I mean, I kid people and I say all those years of therapy with my kids. No, we've all been through therapy, but I learn. I read a lot. I spend a lot of time. I am a senior real estate specialist, which means I took a class on dealing with seniors and what their concerns are and how to help them. And it really is a lot of not psychology. I'm not a psychologist, but I really focus on how the people are feeling, because in the end, while real estate can be transactional, it's really a very, very, very emotional. It's the largest purchase most people have, and it's extremely emotional.
Oh, without a doubt.
Right.
Without a doubt.
Unless you're an investor, and if I'm dealing with an investor, they give you a number and that's it. They don't want to talk about anything else. Here's the number, and there is no.
Well, those are probably the easy ones.
Right. And those are like take it or leave it.
Right.
So,
Right. Okay.
Right.
So you mentioned the nitty gritty. We know you've been doing this a long time. Like, you must have some tricks of the trade that you can share. Is there anything you can tell us without like giving away everything?
So always people think that when you sell a property, the most important thing is getting it sold. And the market determines the price of your property. As a realtor, we can what we call position the property, so we can get it as fixed up and cleaned out as humanly possible. We can make it look, the way I say it is, if you're going on a date, you're going to try to look your best. You're not going to go in your pajamas with your curlers on. So same thing, we make the home look as good as we can, but then it is the market that sets the price. But once you get somebody to bite, then it becomes the realtor's job to reel in the fish, because sometimes realtors somebody will negotiate and they just drop it. My goal is, if there's an interest, I'm going to keep fishing and trying to reel that person in to see what is holding them back from making that final offer. How can we creatively get this to work for everybody so that everybody is happy? Then once we have a signed contract, the next big deal is the 60 days between a signed contract and the closing table. There are literally 100 things that could go wrong and crazy things that could happen. Anything from, I had one deal where I don't know for sure, but I think that the buyer's husband cheated on her, and she found out, and she ended up getting divorced, or freaking out, like crying hysterically, calling us up and backing out of the contract. We were able to secure a large amount of money from her for this client, which I discussed with my manager, and he said in his 25 years, he had never heard of anybody getting cash, because people, you can, and a lot of sellers don't know this, but if you take a contract with a mortgage contingency, you can back out all the way till your mortgage contingency date, till you're cleared. So this person backed out maybe 3 weeks before and paid the money. They could have just said, didn't qualify, sorry, bye, taken their 15 grand and left. This woman paid the person the security deposit, or the earnest money, plus doubled it, because she felt so bad. So that was a win for my client, even though they were sad that they didn't sell the property. But we can't control those things. We can only manage them.
Right. Well, and you have to know how to manage them and know the details of what to do, right, and what your options are, and what your rights are.
Right. And the other thing that happens is there's all kinds of little deadlines and details that need to be met. And I have a contract manager that I work with, and She is one of these people that is a paper, I don't know what you call it, the paper police. Nothing gets by these people. They're like the people that are accountants or actuaries, and they don't let one detail, and they are wonderful. So there isn't a date that gets passed. There isn't a detail that gets overlooked. There aren't calls that are made. Everybody, and then I work with a team, a great attorney, and we talk all the time. If there's a problem, we text. We don't wait till Monday morning. Everything gets done, whether it's Saturday night or whenever, it gets taken care of. And we work so well with each other that we're always making sure that all the pieces are moving. And that gives our clients a clean, easy experience.
And those are just 2 members of your team. You have a pretty large team of people.
Well, I also have a marketing staff that I love and use, and they will market your house. They're so creative. They're young, and they know what they're doing out there on Instagram and Facebook, and they're going to get your property out there. I also have a whole host of people that I use to do staging and moving and decluttering and organizing, and people for hoarders and painters and everything you could possibly think of, any resource, financial resources, so to guide my clients in whatever they need. Because sometimes it could be, where are they going to go, and how are we going to pack up their stuff, and who's going to sell their stuff, or whatever their concerns are. I partner with a lot of great people there.
Well, I told you when we talked earlier, like, you're making me want to move, and I'm not planning to move anytime soon, but you made me think, oh, well,
you know what, I just want everybody to feel confident and to introduce me to anyone that they love, that they care about, that could use my help. That's really what I look for. I love these people. I have so many clients that are so cute. I have one couple, I think he's 92 now, and he calls me all the time. He moved from the Chicago metropolitan area to San Diego, and he's such a dear, and I love to hear from him, and I'm so happy he's made it through this pandemic. And it's just so nice, the people I meet, and the families, and I love what I do.
Well, we're very lucky to have someone like you who brings some heart to what can be a really difficult experience. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Julie, and thank you for doing this. And I want to wish everybody a happy week. Please stay safe. And we're going to get through this so that next year, Julie and I will do this again, and maybe we'll be in person, and we'll be in a restaurant having coffee.
That would be fun.
That would be fun. So thank you for doing this. Thank you, everybody. Have a great week.
Thank you.